Anytime I've ever found myself stuck on a man who like couldn't give me the relationship I wanted or like just did not want me, but I could not seem to leave him alone, it was always a self-esteem issue. Always.
Why is it that women cannot leave men alone, even if they hurt them so much, even if they're doing something that they're supposed to run away for their lives, they still tend to stay in the relationship, they tend to stay in the marriage? Why do you think women cannot leave men alone? I'm going to go ahead and roll this clip for you all to watch to the end, then we'll come back and talk about it.
Anytime I've ever found myself stuck on a man who like couldn't give me the relationship I wanted or like just did not want me, but I could not seem to leave him alone, it was always a self-esteem issue. Always. The ex-boyfriend that you know is no good for you, but you keep finding reasons to talk to him, talking about, oh, I left my scrunchie at your house, as if you can't get a new scrunchie. Or the guy who has been breadcrumbing you for months and not making any real effort to be with you. Men who have given you absolutely no reason to want to be with them and no reason to believe that they want to be with you, but for some reason you just can't stop trying. It's an ego thing. I met this man at the top of the year. I'm talking like end of January, early February. We hit it off immediately. We exchanged numbers. We had a date planned, but we never got to go on the date. Our schedules were just super incompatible. So it never worked out. And I met him at work, and I worked with him like maybe 2 times throughout the year until one day in like May, he popped up with a girlfriend. I said, oh, we're done. Okay. Even though nothing even ever happened with us, him getting a girlfriend felt like a personal attack on me. My feelings were so hurt. I literally had not talked to this man in over a month at the time that he popped up with her. Never, I hadn't even talked to him. But it really hurt. And for like a good month after that, I was like, I feel like we should be together. Like, I didn't talk to him. I don't do the side chick stuff, nothing like that. But in my head, I was still hoping like, dang, I feel like we should be together. And then I realized it's not about him. It's nothing about him that is just so unforgettable and irreplaceable. No, it's me. It was the fact that him wanting me would have made me feel good about myself, and him not wanting me by getting a girlfriend makes me feel like, okay, hold on. Am I not that girl? I thought I was that girl. And that's how it is when you keep pining after a man who in some way or another has already shown you that he either don't want you or he's just no good for you, but you can't seem to let it go. It's just because you want him to want you, because you really don't want you. It's always a deeper thing, baby. It's always something deeper. Heal.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Maria David, and I'm back again with another interesting video. So what do you have to say about this video down in the comment section? Why do you think some women cannot leave men alone, even if they show them that they do not want them, even if they know that this particular man has another girlfriend, or just act like he doesn't want them, treat them anyhow? You see that these women cannot, as in they always want to get that man, or when the man comes back and be like hi, they rush to reply messages, they rush to hang out with the man because they cannot get to leave this type of men alone. This thing happens. So let's have conversations down in the comment section. Let's go ahead and hear what other people have to say about this particular video. Then at the end of the video, I will share my own opinion.
Like, just did not want me, but I could not seem to leave him alone. It was always a self-esteem issue.
Shout out to that young lady because she seems very self-aware. It's so funny that I came across that video because literally yesterday I had a client and we were talking, having girl talk. And one of the things that she asked me, she was like, Jessica, do you feel like your outlook on things is a little bit swayed because you are married? And I was like, ooh. I'm like, no, like, you're right. Let me take the time to really answer this question. And I told her, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to act like I 100% can relate to what it's like to be a single woman who doesn't want to be single, who is actively looking for marriage and is frustrated because she can't, the pickings is slim. Like, I totally get that. But what I also shared with her was that I was like, whether y'all want to believe it or not, all of us are dealing with some of the same issues. Like, even me being a married woman, I told her, I was like, it's so easy for me to get caught up. The same way that a woman can get caught up in a dude she dating, that's the same way I can get caught up in my man, in my husband. I can get caught up in my husband the same way that single women look for men to help build their self-esteem. That's the same thing that married women do all the time. Like, a lot of married women, their whole identity is being somebody's wife. That's their whole identity. Or being a mom, like, that's their whole identity. Like, outside of those things, they don't know who they are. And so that's why when I be talking to women at work, or anytime I get a chance to just really, pour some positivity into a woman, I'm constantly letting her know, like, it don't matter if you single, if you're gonna be dating, if you married, whatever. At the end of the day, all of us better have some self-esteem. We all better have some self-esteem, okay? And it don't matter if you married, single, or dating. You better stop thinking that a man is going to help you to see who you are. Can't no man do that. And that's something that I learned when we were engaged. Like, that's when I really started doing my inner work, because I started realizing, like, girl, the issues that you got going on is so much deeper than just marriage stuff. And I started realizing, like, I was wanting him to make me feel better about myself. And then I started realizing, like, this was at a time where I didn't even realize all the things that was going on with me. And so I went to therapy, all this thing, and I started realizing, like, girl, you want this man to give you all this love and, like, make you feel like you that girl. And that's not really his job. Like, you got to know you that girl. Like, you have to pour into yourself. You have to be confident with who you are. Your self-esteem got to be, in healthy shape, because that's not really his job. And so once I put those two things together, and once I started realizing, like, girl, the love that you think somebody's supposed to give you is the love that you need to be pouring into yourself. Once I started doing that, I'm trying to tell you, it was up and it was stuck. It was up and it was stuck. Okay, I've been that girl ever since, and my relationship has improved so much. My relationship with my son, like, my whole life has changed so much, just because I simply have a healthy self-esteem. I have a healthier self-esteem. I have a healthy sense of self. I know who I am. I'm confident in who I am. I don't need anyone to compliment me or give me anything. Like, I give it to myself. And that's when you really know that you that girl. And that's when you know that you divine. That's when you really know that you divine. Is when you don't need anyone to pour anything inside of you, because you are capable of cultivating it within yourself. Okay? Yeah.
Or like just did not want me, but I could not seem to leave him alone. It was always the self.
Honestly, I'm so glad someone is putting my exact feelings into words, because another layer of this is understanding that the reason why I stay where I stay sometimes is not because it makes me feel good, but because I'm addicted to how I make them feel. And I'm saying this as a certified lover girl who is also recovering from dating for potential. And the reason why I know I'm on the road to recovery is because when I first started dating, right, I used to feel really good whenever a man would tell me how good I make them feel. Like, if somebody comes out and says, you're so encouraging to the point where I feel like I can do anything. You make me feel tall or larger than life. That used to make me feel good. And the reason why it felt good is because I have always been a self-starter, self-motivated. And because I try to be optimistic with any and everything that I do, I tend to project a lot of that onto other people, which is not a bad thing, because you can never have too much encouragement to share with people, right? Wrong. And the only reason why I'm saying that with respect to relationships is because when you are like that, but you have no boundaries, it can actually be very detrimental to you. And if you assess the relationship I had with my ex, you can see exactly how it played out. And the reason why I'm optimistic about my recovery is because the last time a man told me I made him feel good made me cringe. Not because it wasn't a compliment, but because it made me reflect on all the times that I'd heard those similar words and how I conducted myself as a result of knowing that this is how that person feels about me. So essentially, I would stay in some situations because how I make them feel gave me a false sense of fulfillment. And that is so sad. And we are not like that no more.
Be at peace with people moving
Let me tell
along.
you why I respect and appreciate that video. Like, I have a lot of gratitude for this video, and for so many different reasons. But some of the reasons are because she is transparent. She's being honest about what she was experiencing mentally, right? This is a representation of what a lot of women experience, but they would never ever say it out loud. Some women won't even tell themselves this, like really manipulating their own selves into thinking certain things just for them to feel a certain way, and it's ego. And if we don't have these type of conversations, these transparent and honest conversations about how so many of us really have no balance and an unhealthy relationship with our egos, it's so much to unpack right here. I'm telling you right now, if we could learn to retrain our brains, hey, if that man decided to go east when I'm at west, I'm going to go ahead and respect that. I don't need to compare myself to that other woman. I don't need to know her socioeconomic status. If she got a bachelor's or a master's degree or a PhD, I don't need to know her occupation. I don't need to know what type of car she drive, or if she got real hair or fake hair, how many kids she have. You know what I'm saying? Has she been married before? Oh, okay, it'd be too much. And we love to think that the new woman is the weakest link, and that's weird. So it's like, why is it so hard for us to be like, I thought that me and him had something, or were going to potentially be something, but he got him a good woman over there. Yeah, she got to go on. She doing this with her career. She put together. Like, I'm not even going front. She, and she nice. She hands down a good woman, or I feel like, that person will make somebody a good partner, but just not me. For whatever reason, I'm just not interested. Like, what's so hard about that? We shouldn't want everybody to be wanting us, like everybody to be wifing us up. Like, that's a lot of stress. Why? I don't want everybody to be wanting to wife me up. I don't need that in my life. You feel me? Like, when you single, you shouldn't want everybody just to be head over heels over. Like, that comes with a lot of responsibility. It could be dangerous for women. Like, we all know all of this. So it's like, why can't we be at a healthy space with our egos and be cool with a man going in another direction for whatever? We don't even need to know the reason. For what? For what? We be trying to compare sexually, all kinds of weird shit. And it's like, so when we go east with the man that we chose, that we connected with, that we made the mutual decision, let's go ahead and do this thing, we'll rock this out. Is he the weakest link too? I'm just asking. Because we like to say that the new woman is the weakest link. So when we get the new man, is he the weakest link compared to our ex? Like, be for real. That's weird. And if your ex came to you saying, oh, you chose the weakest link because you could run over top of him, I wasn't going for that, you'll be like, you crazy, you delusional. Like, it just wasn't working. For whatever, or whatever the reason was, it might not even really been a reason. I just decided to go that way because I felt like in my spirit that was the right direction for me to be in. I'm going to go with my discernment. Like, why can't we be cool with men going with their discernment too? Like, they do have a discernment too, and they should be using it as well. They should have some discipline. Like, we want to encourage men having more discipline with women. We want to encourage each other to be able to reject and to refuse healthy and to be in a safe space with it. You feel me? Being met with no aggression, no delusion, no violence. Like, let's just move along. When this is not it, let's just move along. And let's also respect the fact that you just not supposed to be a part of my destiny. You a great person. I wish you well, but I just know, like, I'm here, my life, I have a purpose. I have to fulfill my mission here on earth, and you just not the one to fulfill that with me. Like, you just not the one. But you're going to make somebody a great partner. And I know whoever that next partner is going to be for you, or that partner is going to be for you, I know they're going to be a lucky individual. It's just not supposed to be me. That's it. Like, what is so hard about that? And it's like, we can understand all of that for ourselves, but we can't respect and honor that and understand that for other people. We really gotta chin check ourselves with that and get like, boop, for real.
If you're still here, you're definitely enjoying this video. Don't forget to put your thoughts, your comment, your suggestion down in the comment section. All opinion accepted. If you kindly put them down respectfully. So why is it so hard for some women that cannot leave men alone? I feel like one important reason is lack of self-love and low self-esteem. Well, the first one is, first of all, you need to love yourself before someone else can love you. And when you see your value, when you love yourself and know your worth, you will definitely not accept so many things, and you easily walk away and be confident in whatever decision you make. And to be honest, this thing really happened, and personally I love that creator. I've been posting most of our videos of recent, if you notice. I personally love her because she's very honest, and she kind of bring out some things. She put some things in words that you might be have been thinking about. She put them in words together for us to talk about, which is nice. But I feel like for women that cannot have that attachment to men even when they are hurting them, is because they lack self-love and low self-esteem. I feel like you cannot love somebody if you don't love yourself. Somebody else can love you if you don't love yourself. And I feel like when these women tend to start putting their energy on themselves, focusing on themselves, try to build themselves, they tend to see a lot of things, a lot of reasons why. In short, you start feeling bad, like, was it me that actually did all this? Was it me that was doing all this? No. Therapy, you have to focus on yourself, try to, have self-love. I feel like that's just the ultimate. To me, when I saw the video, I'm like, most women that do that are just doesn't have that self-love and have low self-esteem. Like, is it that I'm bad, that this person doesn't want me? Is it that I don't look beautiful as the other new girl? A lot of things just come into their mind, and it's really make them to have that low self-esteem. But then let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Thank you so much for tuning around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and please turn on the post notification bell when you subscribe so you can get notified each time I upload an interesting video like this one. But then let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Let's have conversation down in the comment section. All right, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.